The brand name creation process. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to choose a great brand name and also to check that it's available. The secrets of a great brand name. First, it should be market related. In other words, it relates to your brand of products and it does not restrict your choice of future products. And it should be somewhat benefit driven if possible, and that it passes the phone test. And lastly, that it is available online. So market related. Your brand name should be related to your market. For example, if it was a fitness related brand, in other words, if you were selling fitness products, it might be Golden Age Athletics or even Elite Athletics. But if you look at both of those, they're actually very different, because Golden Age Athletics implies you're going to be selling products to the older age group, whereas Elite Athletics is more related to very advanced users or even professional sportsmen. So you need to examine your market or niche and make sure you know who you are going to be selling to. So write down who you think your product or brand is for. Your future products. Your brand name should be applicable to any future products you may add. Remember, you will be adding more and more products as your business grows. So let's use a yoga brand as an example. So you're selling yoga products. Some examples might be yoga mats for you, yoga for you, or bare movement. But if we look at these, if we start with yoga mats for you, you're basically telling the world that you only sell yoga mats. So this does restrict your brand quite a lot. Now, admittedly, you might be able to sell other yoga related products, but you're still restricted by the brand name. Yoga for you is better, because anyone looking at that brand name would expect you to be selling any type of yoga product. However, you're still restricted to yoga, whereas bare movement suggests it might be for yoga, but also suggests it might be for other activities too. So it dramatically increases the range of products you can sell. So, importantly, keep your options open. Don't make your brand name too constricted. Positivity. So the name should make you feel a positive emotion. Now, this might not always be possible depending on your niche, but as an example, a beauty brand. So you're selling beauty products. Glowing Goddess versus Skin Cream Warehouse. So you can see there's a big difference there. Glowing Goddess does give you positive thoughts. It makes you feel positive. Whereas Skin Cream Warehouse just is a name. It's basically a store where you buy skin cream. Now, this is not the most critical aspect, but can be very beneficial. The phone test. So the name should be easily recognizable. It should be short, easy to spell, pronounce, and remember. For example, the difference between Ingenious Innovations versus Smart Solutions. Obviously, Smart Solutions is very easy to spell, pronounce, and probably remember. Whereas Ingenious Innovations, you would have to think twice about how you spelt it, and certainly is less likely to be remembered, and is definitely more difficult to pronounce. So again, while this can be very beneficial, it is not critical. For example, if you think about Walmart, most people would think Walmart was spelt with two L's, that had never actually seen the name before. So when you come up with a name, call friends and put it to the test. And this has the additional benefit of them being able to tell you what they think about your brand name. Lastly, available online. So you are going to want your brand name as a domain, in other words, .com. And this is simple to find out online. But you also want to check your brand name is not already in existence. And you definitely want to make sure your brand name is not trademarked. But let's go online and see exactly how we do this. So I've come to a site called leandomainsearch.com, and I've put the name on the screen in case you can't see the writing in the nav bar. But this is an excellent site for getting ideas. Now, if you have a very creative mind, you might be able to come up with a really good brand name without the use of this website, but I would definitely recommend you go and check it out. Now, we're going to be using a kitchen product for a lot of the training to come, so we're going to assume that I'm looking for a brand name related to kitchens or homes. So I'm going to put kitchen in, and then all I need to do is click on the search button, and straight away you can see it's giving us all these great names. I can scroll through and pick them out: Kitchen Beam, Kitchen Equity, Reward Kitchen, Fluid Kitchen. You can see all of these, but what we're going to do is we're going to sort them. So the first thing we're going to do is actually click length, because if you remember, we said that shorter brand names are better, and this sorts them by the shortest to the longest. And then we can choose to have the brand name start with the search term or end with the search term, and you should do both. But let's go with starts with search term. Now, all you do then is go through and start looking at them. And quite often this just might give you ideas, and you can go on then and come up with a name yourself. But I'm running through these. Kitchen Ping and Kitchen Mega. That's a little bit too much. And remember, we're just looking for a good, attractive brand name. And you just need to remember all the things we've been through. So Kitchen Aero sounds a bit too much like it might be for airplanes. Kitchen Solar, if we were selling all solar kitchen appliances, maybe. Kitchen Chase, it's not really applicable either. Kitchen Punch, probably going to make people think we're selling some kind of ingredients to make punch with. Kitchen Turbo, it's quite exciting, but I'm not sure it would work particularly well as a brand name. Kitchen Rhino, I kind of like that because generally speaking, it's got kitchen in it, so people know roughly what your brand is about. And I think Rhino would make a really cool logo, so that might be an option. Gecko, probably not so much now that Geico has basically taken over that by using theirs. You've got Kitchen Raven, Macro, Agile. I quite like that as well, Kitchen Agile. I'm going to keep looking. Kitchen Vector, Kitchen Vortex. That sounds quite exciting. Again, that's quite an interesting, exciting name. So I might go for that. Kitchen Sierra. Again, I see the logo with some mountains. In fact, I really like that one. So if I find one that I'm interested in, first of all, I could copy it and put it into a text file. But you can also click on it and it opens up and it tells you whether the .com is available. And you can see it's still available, which is awesome. And it's also telling you it's available on Twitter. So it's also useful to know. And I'll actually show you how to go and check on the social sites for a brand name shortly. But you can see the information they give you. So I'll hold on to that one. Kitchen Thunder, it's probably a little bit too, how do I put this? Used car salesman type of a brand name. Kitchen Tornado, again, a little bit too much. Kitchen Paragon. That's not too bad. I kind of like that. And that's all you do. You basically want to go through all of these and just keep searching for them. So we've got one fairly good example, but let's go up. And this time let's end with the search term. So we've got rank, kitchen. If you're in England, that means something very different. And you definitely wouldn't want to buy anything from rank kitchen. Slash kitchen. These aren't much better. And of course, again, if you were selling kitchen products, you don't have to use the word kitchen. I just wanted to use this as an example because it's easy to show you what's going on. Orbit Kitchen, that's not too bad. Again, I can see an interesting logo from that. And don't worry, we'll be talking about the logo shortly. Cobra Kitchen, again, that could be good. Versa Kitchen. So if you see a word that sounds interesting but you don't know what it is, just go look it up. But basically I think it's like the opposite, as in vice versa. Civil Kitchen, don't think that's too clever. Ether Kitchen, that's a bit weird. And we've got Viper Kitchen. But you can see actually, like before, Kitchen Viper sounded way worse than Viper Kitchen. It is important that you switch it around. In other words, what you want in the brand at the end as well as the beginning. Unite Kitchen, I'm trying to see if there's any that jump out. Because I'm actually going to let you in on a secret now, and I've already registered a brand name for this one. And what we ended up with using was Verve Kitchen, V-E-R-V-E Kitchen, which I thought was a pretty cool name, but we'll just see if there's any more that jump out. Recon Kitchen, that might work quite well in America. Again, it would be a very interesting logo for sure. I've got Verge Kitchen there. Obviously, Verve Kitchen isn't going to appear here because we've already got it. But I think we'll go with the one that we found earlier. But I don't see anything straight away up here. In fact, for the sake of it, let's use Deuce Kitchen. I kind of like that, rather than go through every result here. So if I was going to use Deuce Kitchen, first of all, I click on it. So the domain name's there, so that's great. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy Deuce Kitchen without the .com, copy it. And then we're going to go to this site, namechecker.com, and it's name, and then checkr.com. And then you just want to put the brand name in at the top with no spaces. You can see there's no spaces between Deuce and Kitchen. And then hit search. And you can see we've got everything here except Instagram, which is less of an issue because we can just use a modifier. We've got Facebook and woohoo, we got MySpace. Don't worry, we won't be using MySpace. But YouTube's available too, Pinterest. So basically, you know, the big names are all there. As I said, we will have to use a modifier for Instagram, but that's not going to be too much of an issue. So we're looking good. Deuce Kitchen would be a good name for us to use. But the other thing we need to check is, does Deuce Kitchen already exist? And is it trademarked? So first of all, we're going to go to Google and we're going to type in trademark search USA and then hit search. And what you're looking for is the USPTO. And I want to show you a different way of finding it because obviously we went through this in the patent lesson in module 1. But here it is, the USPTO.gov. I'm going to click on it. And then again, we're looking for test, T-E-S-S. And as before, search our trademark database, tests. I'm going to click on it. And then we want to do a basic word mark search. and then we're going to put the trademark in, and then we're going to click Submit Query, and there's nothing found. So at this point, it looks okay. But here again, I'm going to use the same disclaimer as I used before. I am not a trademark attorney, and anything I say in this lesson is for informational purposes only. If you've got any concerns about your trademark, then you need to consult a trademark attorney. And we're going to look at something else in a second that will also give you a good idea. So I'm just going to go back, and I'm going to put a space in between just to double check. And again, you can see there's no record, but we do want to look to make sure that there aren't other existing brands with our name. So again, I've gone to Google. So what I've done here is I'm using Glowing Goddess instead of Deuce Kitchen because it's just more likely to have some issues. And first of all, we're getting Glowing Goddess Getaway. And remember, I'm not a trademark attorney, so I think we're okay because it's got the extra word in there. But you can see this Glowing Goddess Luminizer, Glowing Goddess Makeup. And so this would definitely have me worried. And you can see here, Glowing Goddess Home Facebook. But you can see they've got their own page here. It's difficult to tell right now whether it's their own brand or they're just advertising someone else's. But this one would worry me straight away. Glowing Goddess Jennifer Lopez Perfume. Jennifer Lopez is obviously a huge name, is a big celebrity. And the fact that she's got a perfume called Glowing Goddess would have me very, very worried. I mean, I'm not going to bother searching through USPTO. I just wanted to show you this because it's a better example for what you actually do when you search on Google. But you'd want to go through all these and make sure, I could open this one. I think it's just going to show me, yep, there's the bottle of her perfume or whatever. But you should go through these listings if you're not sure and make sure that there isn't already a brand of that name existing. But that's the process of how you find your brand name and also how you go out and check to make sure it doesn't already exist. So what's next? Well, we covered how to choose your brand name and also how to see if it's available or not. In the next lesson, you will learn the importance of your logo and how to get it created. Your action step, start searching and find your brand name. But that's it for this lesson. Take care.